So welcome to grid number 3, operations with fractions. We're going to be talking about a few different words that you've heard of before, but we're going to define them so you have it with you during your grid activities. Our first activity that we're going to be, or first word that we're going to be talking about is equivalent fractions. So equivalent fractions are fractions that have the same value. So fractions that have the same value. Sorry, my pen's messing up. That have the same value even if they look different. So they have the same value even if they look different. For example, 1/2 is equal, so is an equivalent fraction to 3/6. So if we have 3 slices of a 6-slice pizza and 1 slice of a 2-sliced pizza, they would be the same. Now, a least common denominator is the smallest number that can be used for all denominators. So the smallest number that can be used for all denominators of 2 or more fractions. And you've been doing this for a while. You might just need a quick reminder, and you'll get that in the videos to come. 2 or more fractions. And I'm trying to write in cursive because when I write in print, you hear the pen constantly hitting the device, and that gets really frustrating after a while. All right, the word reduce just means to make smaller. The word reduce means to make smaller. Okay? And the word simplify just means to reduce it down as much as possible. So reduce as much as possible. All right, so reduce means to make smaller. So you'll hear me say, make sure you reduce your fractions. That means to make them smaller. And to simplify means to reduce as much as possible. Or it can also mean that you need to put it in a simple form, meaning that if you have an improper fraction, it needs to be changed into a mixed number. Next, we are going to be talking about least common multiples and greatest common factor. So LCM stands for least common multiple. And GCF stands for greatest common factor. Okay. The least common multiple is the smallest positive number that is a multiple of 2 or more numbers. So this is the smallest positive number that is a multiple of 2 or more numbers. Okay. And the greatest common factor is the greatest number that is a factor of 2 or more numbers. The greatest number that is a factor of 2 or more numbers. Now, remember that multiples are, for example, a multiple. If you did the problem 2 times 6, that gives you 12. 12 is the multiple. 12 is the multiple of 2 and a multiple of 6. If you have the same problem, 2 times 6 equals 12, 2 and 6 are both factors of 12. Factors are what you multiply together to get a multiple. Okay,